يا تيك توكرز بس لحتى شغلنا هلا معكم الفيسبوك شغال. Good evening everyone. تحياتي، السلام عليكم، تحياتي everybody. لا تنسى شيخ ان شاء الله شيخ الاسود الله يكون بعونه ويشفيه يا رب. جانا خبر انه صحته تعبان. Anyway معكم سام نمورة على كاجري اف ام تردد 106.7. رقم الهاتف 403-286-1067 CKYR كالغري. اليوم 9 آذار 2024 وراح نتحدث اليوم في معنا ضيفة كثير مهمة بدي أعرفكم عليها لاحقا. هي معي أنا السيده أنيلا عظيم. أنيلا عظيم هي المؤسسة والمديرة لمركز شلتر المسكن، اسمه الشلتر تبعها اسمه مسكن، نحن بنسميه مأوى ملاذ بس هو مسكن فاميلي اسوسيشن متخصص باستقبال البنات والسيدات والأطفال اللي بيكون عم بيعانوا من العنف الأسري. فأحسن ما يروحوا على شلتر عام أو ملجئ عام. تعرفوا يعني الملاجئ بيكون فيها كتير قصص غريبة عجيبة. فهذا متخصص بيسموه هو culturally fit، يعني مناسب لثقافتنا. ما راح أقول يعني إسلامي نو، بس هو ولا راح أقول عربي، بس هو بيناسب ثقافتنا. يعني ما في قصص اللي بتهز البدن. فهي رح نسمع نحن من أنيلا يعني بس تيجي تحكي لنا عن المؤسسة تبعها. وبصراحة هو هاي فترة كتير مهمة لكل المنظمات اللي بتشتغل بهذا الأمر، بالذات بمناسبة قدوم رمضان. نسمع عن البرامج تبعهم ونسمع عن الفند تبعهم. بس هذا يا شباب المسكن اسمه هو مسكن. في عندنا هون بكاغري منظمتين يعني مهتمين بالعوائل الإسلامية. في عندنا مسكن وفي عندنا نساء. بس مسكن واحد من الأساسيين هون اللي بيدعم العوائل العربية والإسلامية وغير الإسلامية طبعا. بس نحن بنركز على الجانب العربي اليوم من الحديث، لأنه بصراحة مسكن بتحس إنه أغلبية الناس اللي عم بيجوا على البناء تبعهم هو اللي ما حدا بيعرفه على فكرة إلا اللي بيشتغلوا فيه، إنه وين موجود. ممنوع يعني بالقانون إنه تقول وين الشالتر موجود ولا وين المبنى موجود، هذا لحماية المقيمين فيه. بس الشيء الملفت للنظر والغريب إنه الجزء الأكبر من النزلاء هم من يعني من بسموه يعني من العوائل العربية. هذا شيء كتير غريب. أنا ما كنت بعرف أصلاً إنه هاي هي هيك القصة. فمشان هيك بصراحة حابين شوي نستوعب أكثر شو عم بصير، نفهم هالمنظمة هاي مسكن what exactly it is all about، وكيف بنقدر نساعد هالمنظمة هاي لحتى to stay and to keep providing the services. ثواني وراح بضيف معي على الحكي السيده أنيلا. ثواني بالله معكم. خليني بس نجرب هلا تيجي معنا أنيلا على I think we're gonna have to do something else. اوكي ثواني بالله. Oh hi السلام عليكم sister Anila, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm very good. How are you, Mr. Sam brother? Thank you so much for giving time on your show. And assalamu alaikum to all the listeners.
Thank you very much, Anila. I will have to ask you quick questions. Is it possible to phone me and call me on the phone at the same time talking this way? Like, do you have any are you on the cell phone now?
I am on the cell phone, yes.
Okay. So we're gonna try it this way, and I think that's the audio is loud enough for you to, so we can hear it both on Facebook and TikTok and also on the REDFM and the FM. So Anila, I got to know. Tell us a little bit more about the Maskan and how the whole idea started and when.
Okay, the maskan is an Arabic word, and the name of, as you know, the name means peaceful dwelling.
Yes.
How we started is we started as a group of volunteers, and we started working in 2016 when we had heard about a lot of newcomers are coming, the refugees are coming, they need help. So we started supporting all the Muslim brothers and sisters And at that time, we felt the need of getting registered, and we register our charitable organization as a society.
Yes.
But with the time, we realized the a very pressing need of having a shelter for women and children, because most of the women and children who are approaching us, they didn't have any place to go,
Right.
and there were so much going on. I mean, there is every third woman in Canada is a victim of domestic violence, and
Yes.
it's the number is going higher. And there are some other reasons that which make a woman homeless. Um, Kind of single mothers already living here, and they get evicted and they have no place to go, and they're very needy. So any at that point, when we couldn't find any place for them, for a secure home for them, to a secure roof over their head. So at that time, we felt the need of having a shelter which can provide cultural relevant services. They can understand their culture and provide halal food and all these, the modest dressing and everything. So we started our project in 2019, and we named it Muskan. And
Okay.
since then till now, we have helped over 700 women and children. So, what we do is we have 10-bed housing, and we provide them 5 to 6 weeks of stay in our shelter. And during their stay, we provide them with emergency needs, so, their clothing, food, and if they don't have any cell phone, we can help them to get some. Most of the time, they have a phone, but they don't have a service. So we provide them with the phone service, their medication and transportation. So it all takes, some funds to provide them all these services. And unfortunately, we are not receiving any funding from the government to support these women and children.
And
So
okay, so I'll go back. I'll go, but we'll go back to the funding part of it. So you
mhm.
said you have an average, or your capacity is 10 seats or 10 beds.
Yes.
So, and from throughout the 365 days, how often you have a full house?
We all the time we have a full house. We are having almost 20 to 25 families on our waiting list.
20 to
So
25 families on a waiting
yes,
list.
on the waiting list. And so are all the shelters. There are other second stage shelter or emergency shelters. They have waiting lists. And the rate of the women and children asking for help is going up because of people moving to Calgary. And during this COVID, and even
Right.
after the COVID, we have noticed there is an increase in a woman looking for shelters.
Okay. Anila, I mean, we have we have a very same background. We came from a Muslim families. We
Yes.
came from overseas, and so we have our own concern slash uh, ethics when it comes
Yes.
to domestic violence. As Adam,
Yes.
I'm not really sure about your background,
Hmm.
but for us, where I came from, when there is a conflict in the house, it's very hard for children and women or girls to leave the house and go
Oh,
to a
yes.
shelter,
That's
because
right.
that's considered to be a taboo. That's considered
Yes.
extremely bad things to do. So tell me something, especially here you live in Canada, as a Muslim family, and even though you take Muslims and non-Muslims, but I
Hmm.
think the need is a huge,
Yes.
and that's why culturally fit is so important for our society to have a maskan and other places as well. Tell me something like how I can explain to a guy who I'm gonna ask him to support your organization
That's
that
right.
this maskan is not about to breaking the family as much as about
Yes.
supporting the family. So tell me about that part, please.
Yes, Sam, it's a very valid question because we have been through, when we opened this, we didn't had an idea that how people will take it. And in the beginning, we felt a slightly like a resistance from a community, like what's happening. Maybe they're kind of encouraging women to leave their houses or something.
Right.
But now we are working for 5 years now, and when women and children, they come to us because there is a police call and there is an EPO and they can't go back to home, or the guy is not allowed to go back to that house, and they don't want to live in the same house because they don't feel safe, just
Right.
in case it's a life threatening situation. So if we don't provide shelter to those women, where would they go? So when we receive a call of help, we don't judge that is it her fault, is it her abusers or the other person's fault, whose fault is this is not our job to judge.
Right.
We only think about uh, what situation she is living right now. She is homeless, she's looking for a place, she's not going to go back to the same house, or maybe sometimes they don't have any place, there is no place where they can go.
Right.
There are many cases like single mothers. It's not always about domestic violence. Sometimes we are approached by single mothers who are very sick. They're sick, and there is no one who like they're the sole like provider for their house, and
Right.
they are sick, they cannot go to work, and they're evicted by their landlord, and even in that case they don't have any place to go and they're looking for a shelter. So there are different situations when these women and children are approaching us. So our job is to give them a place where they can live. So
So
we try to solve their housing problem.
so really, it's when they reach the point of they don't know where to go,
Exactly.
and this is where they found they reach you out to you and call Muscan.
That's right. And sometimes we are approached by children's services when there is a family problem, and there is no place for those women and children, and they want us to take that family and
Yeah.
give a temporary shelter.
Okay.
And these ladies, they request us to take them because they know we are a Muslim shelter, and they will see they have to leave anyways, right? So they have to go somewhere, so it's
Right.
better to go to a Muslim shelter.
Exactly. And there's other shelters, like other so-called other public shelters. Do they
Mhm.
refer their Muslim client to you as well, or that there's no such thing?
We receive referrals from all the community partners, and most of the time we receive calls from other shelters also. Like there is a lady, she is her time is up here,
Right.
and do you have place for in your shelter, because they speak your language, they're from your like
Arabic.
yeah, community. Arabic, most of the client, as I told you earlier, Sam, that about 60 to 70% of the ladies that we serve, they speak Arabic. That's
Just I
why,
want to I want to translate this if you don't
yeah,
mind, because
okay,
I have some people, maybe I'm not really sure if
yes.
some maybe they don't speak English that well. but معنا السيده أنيلا عظيم. هي أنيلا عظيم هي مثل ما حكينا مؤسسه وفاوندر ومديره ملجأ او اسمه مسكن هو متخصص ما راح اقول يعني بالعوائل الاسلاميه، ولكن متخصص خلينا نقول يعني culturally fit، هيك بنسميه نحن بالانجليزي، يعني اللي بيناسب العوائل الاسلاميه، مثلا الاكل الحلال، ما في هالمسائل اللي ممكن نشوفها بالملاجئ العامه، بس مين اللي بيتوفروا جو اسلامي بالملجأ للعوائل الاسلاميه في كالغري، والمؤسسه اسمها مسكن. فعم تقول لي هلا سيده انيلا انه عم تقول لي انه 60 ل 70% من النزلاء في المسكن هن يعني من الاشخاص من الجاليه العربيه، يعني تحديدا عم نحكي هون انه الجاليه العربيه يعني كون عرب او من عرب باك جراوند. سؤال للي كان معي موجود على التيك توك، قال انه اذا بتسمعوا صوت انيلا وقت كانت عم تحكي. هلا بس تحكي السيده أنيلا، اذا صوتها مو واضح يا ريت تخبروني. بس بصراحه انا ما كنت متوقع انه يعني عدد الاكبر من نزلاء المسكن هن من العوائل العربيه. طبعا هذا الشيء يعني نحن متوقعينه. سالت السيده أنيلا انه هل ترى هل المسكن، نحن كمجتمع عربي كثير محافظ، فعندنا حساسيه من كل شيء اسمه ملجأ او اي شيء ما رح اقول بيساعد، اي شيء ممكن نعتبره انه بيحفز على البنت او السيده او الولد يترك البيت ويروح على ملجأ. بصراحه الدور الملجأ هو فقط اذا في انسان وصل لطريق مسدود، بنت او سيده وسيده مع اطفالها، اذا وصل لطريق مسدود ما يرتموا بالشارع او ما يروحوا على شلتر يعني عادي من اللي نحن بنسمع عنه، ولكن في هذا الشلتر المتخصص بالعوائل العربيه الاسلاميه لحتى يعني يحفظ شويه ديسنسي، شويه مثل يعني يحفظ كرامه النزيل او النزيله بهالحاله هي. فعم بتاكد السيده أنيلا واجبها فقط تقدم الدعم للسيده او للفتاه او للطفل اذا وصلت الامور، يعني هن ما بيتدخلوا بالامور العائليه، هن فقط بس اذا اجاهم كلاينت، اذا اجاهم يعني نزيل بس يأمنوا له هالخدمه هاي. So tell me something, Anila, what is the process for a client to become one of your guests? Is it just to phone you and say I need a place and
Yes.
they come, or how does that work?
Yes, we have a assessment procedure that we follow. So once they call us, we ask them different questions, and we check if they are eligible to come to our shelter. And the eligibility is basically if they are not very seriously sick, that because our shelter is from 9 to 5, so if they're very sick and they need kind of medical attention or
I'm sorry, your shelter is 9 to 5 for what? Like your working hours, you mean?
yeah, working hours is for the staff is from
اوكي،
9 to 5.
فالدوام من 9 ل 5. اذا حدا مثلا عنده وضع محتاج هالخدمه هاي يروح على الملجأ من 9 ل 5 ممكن يتصلوا. Sorry, I didn't have your number. Is it okay to publicize your
Yes.
number or no?
Yeah, it's a 403-971
971.
2774.
Okay, I'm going to write it down later on. 971 403
403
971
971 2774.
2774.
Yeah, so this is the number for a shelter, and
Right.
anybody who needs help, not just because of domestic violence, it's just like I receive calls from friends of a person that this person is a single mother and she has no place to go, and she was in another shelter, and her time is up now. They're asking her to leave, and can you take her? So there are so many reasons.
So they don't need to be referred by an agency to you. They just can pick up the phone and call you. Is that how it works?
Yeah, they can call us directly. They don't need any agency
Any
to
like referrals or just like other
no.
services.
They
So إذا
can
في أي
call.
سيدة أو طفلة أو شابة يعني محاجة تروح للمحل مثل ما حكينا هو الملجأ الخاص بالعوائل الإسلامية، مسلمين يعني عوائل مسلم من خلفية إسلامية، ممكن فقط يتصلوا على السيدة أنيلا بمسكن، وهو رقم التليفون 403-971-2774. 9 ل 5 هذا الدوام تبعهم. Now when they phone in, so what's the criteria? شو هو اللي المطلوب يعني? What is the criteria to say yes or no? أنا عم بسأل هلا شو هي المطلوب لحتى إذا حدا بده لازمه هالخدمة، شو لازم يكون يعني المطلوب? So what's the requirement?
Yes,
Or to be qualified?
for boys we take up to 13 years old boys, and there is no age limit for women. We
So
take
13
every
وما فوق، إن كان صبي أو بنت أو ولد أو بنت، و13 سنة وما فوق، يعني has to be لازم يكون من 13 وما فوق.
Yeah. So because this is a women's shelter, so
This is a woman
sometimes
shelter يعني هذا خاص في السيدات.
yeah, so it's sometimes it's very hard for mothers, and they don't come to shelter if they have, let's say, a 15 years old year boy, 15-year-old boy, and he's still a child. So for some time, they find it very hard to leave their son behind and come with the girls. So they decide not to come. And I hope one day we have a bigger facility where we can keep youth also, and we have a separate place for them. But right now, since
So
we have
a
a small
13 years old child, female, without an adult, would you take that too?
in some situations, yes, we take them.
بعض
Like
الحالات.
we have seen, we there were times when we have served girls under 18, under 16-year-old, and we don't take children just without their mothers, but if they can take care of themselves, and there is a situation when
Right.
there are 13-year-old or teenage girls, and they have no parents, and sometimes we receive referrals from children's services, and they
Okay.
have an issue, like a teenager has an issue with the parent, and they don't want that kid to go to a youth hostel, and they call us and they say that the parents are asking for a Muslim shelter, so can you take this girl? So we
Okay.
have taken, in some
Oh,
cases
I
we
see.
have
Okay.
taken.
And
Yeah.
okay. يعني في بعض الحالات الخاصة جدا 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 ممكن ياخذوا طفل إذا كان فقط لحاله يعني على 13 سنة ما فوق، في لازم يكون في يعني حالة والوضع خاص جدا جدا ليقبلوا. بالعادة هن بياخذوا يعني الأطفال مع أمهاتهم أو البنات يعني اللي فوق 13 سنة. I'm sorry, go ahead, Anila. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yes. So, yes. So we were talking about the criteria. So, yes, we take all anyone. For the woman, there is no age limit. For boys, there is. It's 13-year-old.
Right.
And for small children who need supervision, or they need to be observed, we don't take them without their mother.
Okay. And as far as I know, the place where that shelter is, it's not publicly known. So this is like
No, yeah, it's
somewhere
a
in Calgary.
confidential place.
Yeah,
And
it's a
Sam, we
confidential.
always have a caseworker, a shelter person, an outreach person who speaks Arabic. Always, always.
So
Because, yeah,
always there's somebody who speaks Arabic.
yes.
اوكي سو عم تقول السيده انيلا انه في من ضمن الموظفين الموجودين دائما في اشخاص بيحكوا اللغه العربيه، فاي يعني نزيل او نزيله، انا ما بدي استخدم كلمه نزيل ماني عارفان شو الكلمه العربيه المناسبه يعني. ضيف، الضيف، اوكي. اي ضيف او ضيفه على المسكن اذا بس بيحكوا اللغه العربيه فيعني ما عندهم اي مشكله، مو ضروري تحكي انجليزي يعني. بس بتتصل بين التسعة والخمسة Monday to Friday or 7 days.
We have, like, staff is in the shelter 7 days a week.
Okay, so
And
ممكن
yeah,
يتصلوا
they're 7 days a week. And since, as I said, that we have mostly Arabic speaking families
staff.
contacting us, so we are we want somebody who can understand their language and help them,
Right.
provide all kind of help.
Okay. So this, I'm going to put the number again. This is the number for Muscan. Just because the time is a little bit short here,
Mhm.
was it hard to start this Muscan as an
Mhm.
organization built solely on community support, and later
Yes.
on you expanded to like more a permanent location?
It was hard, but we got some government support. It's not that we didn't get it. It was a very small funding that we received from government of Alberta when we started this organization, and
Right.
then we were on our own. We didn't know how to manage that, and we started community fundraising. And then COVID time comes, and during that time, federal government, they realized that how important all these shelters are, and they provided help at that time.
Right.
And we received funding during that COVID duration, and we were running our shelter with that funding. And as soon as the COVID is over, we are back to the same situation where there is no government support for us. We have government funded programs, but it's
Right.
more about creating awareness about gender-based violence, about domestic violence. We need to do some events for community and support, provide outreach services to newcomers, families, and refugees.
Right.
But for the shelter, to pay the mortgage, for commercial insurance, the food and clothes for the residents,
Yeah.
we don't
The
have
whole
any
overhead.
from last year.
اوكي. سو عم سألت أنيلا انه يعني لقيتي صعوبه اول ما بلشتوا في هالمنظمه هاي، لقيتوا صعوبه ماليه بتمويل المشروع كونه كلياته مبني على مساعدات الجاليه والمجتمع المسلم والعربي والحكومه، فقالت لي انه الحكومه ساعدت في البدايه لحتى انطلق المشروع، وهلا هو مشروع يعني ثابت ولهم محل ثابت، اشتروا محل للمنظمه تبعهم. بس رغم انه المحل لهم بس في عندهم مورجج وفي عندهم مصاريف يوميه وفي عندهم ستاف والاكل واليوتيليتيز وهالقصص هي، ففي ongoing في كتير مصاريف يعني مطلوبه بشكل يومي لحتى يخلوا العشر أسرة هن مثل ما حكينا 10 tents bed عندهم، يعني 10 ممكن يستقبلوا 10 ضيوف بأي وقت. و I think Anila, you mentioned you helped already 700 families or 700
Yes.
individuals.
Yeah, 700 family, women, children, just for the shelter. From our outreach services, we have served over 2,500 people, but just in the shelter, we have provided support to 700 plus women and children. And I just want to say that you'll see that there are so many fundraisers going on everywhere.
Right.
But this Muskan is a local project. It's a project. It's just in Calgary, and it will get support just from the
local
Calgary.
community.
We are not people from Toronto or other city. I wish they can support us, but I don't think that we will get any support from other cities. I want all the Calgarians to support Muskan, because when the difficult time come, when your friends or your somebody they contact you that they're homeless or they have nowhere to go, I receive a call from people that can you help this lady? Can you provide a room for this family, a small family?
I mean, I called you so many times and you were always there, and you never failed us once all these years.
Yes, so we need to keep this shelter running, and I think as government is not supporting for now to our shelter, and we are in conversation with the government to provide us support to run this shelter, because we are doing a community service. The house that we bought is for the community. It's under the name of the organization, not any individual, and we bought it for community. So
Wonderful.
it's we need funds to run it, and we are doing a job, a government's job to provide home for everyone, and we are doing it. So we need some kind of support.
For sure.
And it's a big burden right now on
I think the biggest support comes from the community members, just like Sandra Hamoud here saying thank you so much, Muskan, for everything you are doing for the families in need. Definitely. Thank you, Sandra. This is such a very thoughtful and very kind message. Thank you very much. I know Anila, she works from the fan, and her team work for years and years from the heart, and the whole community know Muskan and what they provided. Ya Shabab, nothing worse than when one of your family member I mean, we all run into problems and stuff like this at home, but you just don't know when that moment happens, when your one of your family member, they have no choice but to go to a safe place for even for a short period of time. And يعني بصراحة at that moment بهذاك الوقت وقت بيكون الأمور كتير حابكة بالبيت والمشاكل مثل ما تقول يعني طالعة على السماء، بصراحة بهذيك اللحظة أنت راح تقدر أهمية مسكن So at that moment, you'll appreciate having a facility like this in the city of Calgary, to at least to know that your loved one, even though you're having dispute or having issues or have difficulties, but at least deep inside of you, you know your loved one, at least you are going to a safe place. At least these your family member are going to a place where you don't have to worry about or they're going to be affected, or they're going to be influenced by, or they're going to be eat a food that is not really suitable for us. And at least you're going to know for sure there's a sister who's going to try to calm the situation down, try to address the issue properly, try to bridge the gap, try to build some kind of trust, try to solve the problems if that part of their mandate, or at least provide the kids and the family or the wives or the daughter a safer place till يرجع العقل يعني till the conscious comes back to the real reality, I should say. So Sandra, again, thanks for your input. I think Anila, we really take our pride from the acknowledgement of our community and their support, and nothing better than supporting your cause with some kind of with spreading the word, just number one, and also supporting you with any means. And I think now you have a fundraise coming very soon, and I really would like to know about the fundraise and what can we do here as a community to support Muskin and make sure Muskin is going to be here for years and years and years to come.
Muskin needs support in different ways. For now, we are doing fundraiser in Magnolia Banquet Hall. It's on 15th of March, and it's on a Friday. So if you would like to join us, we have Sheikh Abdul Rahman from Southwest. He's our speaker.
Yes.
Khattab, yes.
So that's Friday, March 15th?
Yes. And then we have Mufti Umar. He is also one of the speaker. And we will be having Nabil Hamid from NCCM. He will be co-hosting the event. So Shan will be our host, and hopefully we will reach our target of 100,000 that we want to raise, which is the expense of our shelter with for the housing and for the food of these women and children. So if we can, people can join us. We will share the link to buy the tickets. They can also donate. We will share the e-transfer address. And other than that, we are.
I have sorry to cut you off. This is all charitable. So this is, you will provide a tax receipt for those
of course, yes. We are a registered charity with CRA, and for all your donations, even your ticket, we will provide tax receipt.
The $50 ticket per person.
Yes,
Will you issue a tax receipt for that as well?
Yes, we will provide tax receipt because we are trying to get enough sponsors to cover the food cost so that we give you 100%. There is no administration cost for these donations. Like if we raise 100,000 will go toward the shelter. There is no administration cost, nothing. We will sponsors will cover the food cost. That's what we are trying, and we're looking for more sponsors. If any business people are listening, they can contact us for sponsorship to contribute toward our iftar dinner, so that all the donations we collect, it will go 100% toward Muskin. And we are looking for sponsors. We are looking for people to join for our shelter, and we are looking for more donations so that we can reach to our goal.
Beautiful. So يا شباب يا صبايا مثل ما عم نحكي. Sorry, I just need to make a quick translation here just in case. مثل ما حكينا أي مشروع مثل هيك مشاريع يعني اجتماعي أو مجتمعي هو بيكون مبني بالأساس على مساعدات وتبرعات أبناء الجالية. فإذا أنت حابب تساوي شيء مفيد وتتبرع بجزء من مالك، إن كان مالك بشكل مستمر أو one time، أو إنه تحضر المناسبة هاي ب 15 آذار بمنغوليا بانكويت هول على فالكون ريدج ومكنايت، المكان المعروف المغنوليا. تيكت للشخص $15 بيتضمن الأكل وتسمع بتسمع الخطباء والمتحدثين عم بيحكوا. الهدف هو بصراحة دعم المشروع ماليا وبنفس الوقت دعمه اجتماعيا، أقل شيء لحتى يعرف الناس إذا في حدا بتعرف أي شخص في ظروفها صعبة جدا 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 جدا، وأحسن ما يصفوا برا، يعني برا بمناطق أنت ما بتعرفها، أقل شيء حط ببالك إنه في مسكن للعوائل المضطرة والشباب والأطفال، يعني البنات أو السيدات المضطرين. بس هذا بيتطلب إن نحن ندعمهم and support them mainly financially. يا بالفند ريز اللي راح يصير ب 15 الشهر، أو إنه تبرع بشكل مستمر. Would you take like monthly installment? Would you take a monthly plan? Do you have a monthly plan as well?
Yes, we have monthly plans too. Whatever amount you want to donate, you can donate on monthly basis. That will be great too. So it's up to you. How would you like to donate?
I think the monthly plan, it will really help you to plan
Yes.
things properly, right?
Exactly.
When you have a known amount of money coming each month, this
That's
will help
right.
you to plan other stuff. So عم تقول السيدة أنيلا إنه حتى اللي بحب يتبرع بشكل شهري ولو مبلغ يعني ongoing بشكل
Yes.
مبلغ بسيط. You take credit card, Visa and all that stuff, or it has to be a bank account?
No, it's you can pay by credit card. It's not necessary. You can go on our website and donate from there. It can be monthly and as you like to donate.
اوكي سو عم تقول انه ممكن حتى اذا واحد بده يدفع كريدت كارد، وهي بفضله انه يكون تبرعات شهريه $50 $20 $100 $25 $30. It doesn't really matter, but at least تحس حالك انه انت you're doing your part to help مسكن and to help to make sure a shelter like this will be available for our vulnerable community members.
That's correct.
So your goal is $100,000 for this event, inshallah.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. And also the ticket is already pretty much, you still have a little bit
Yes, we
left?
are 75% sold, but we still have tickets. We can still sell tickets
Okay.
and
So
share the link.
75% 75% من التيكيتات انباعوا راحوا، صفيان 25%، والهدف هو تجميع مبلغ $100,000 لمسكن ب 15 آذار. What time on banquet on March 15th?
It's 5:30 on 15th of March. It's a Friday.
Yeah, so نهار الجمعة 15 آذار 5:30 بمنغوليا بانكويت هول. التيكت to enter it's $50 $50 per person. Children not allowed, or like you can buy a ticket for children?
Over 5 years old, there is the same ticket for the
same
children
ticket. So
also.
كل واحد فوق الخمس سنوات لا بده يشتري تيكت $50 and per person بالنسبة للفند ريز على March 15. Tell us something, Anila. I don't want to take too much of your time now because we're going to wrap it up here. So as a mother yourself, what مسكن means to you, and also as a community member?
Muskan is really, it's very, very close to not only my heart, it is close to everybody's heart, because it's very unique in the sense that when you leave your country and you come to a new place where you don't have your relatives or parents or anyone here, and then we are the ones who are family to everybody who come to our shelter, and even after they leave the shelter they consider us as their supporters or a family.
Yeah.
So whenever for Muskan is kind of my second home in Calgary, and everyone who comes to Muskan, they are kind of really very broken, and they're new in the country, and they feel like they're a part of our family. So we always consider them as family, and for us, we always want to have a better facility. We need to expand this. We need more beds because we know the need. We feel sad to look at our waiting list. Like we have sheltered these many people, but what about the other 10, 20, 25 people, where will they would have gone?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so this is yeah, we have opened it. This is our first Calgary-based and Alberta-based shelter that provides cultural relevant services. But we need to do lot more.
Lot more. Yes.
There are so many Muslim seniors who are living in old homes. They can't get halal food.
Yes.
They're, you know, they're sick and their families have abandoned them. So we are making
Really, we
more.
have those?
Yes,
Family
of
abandoned
course.
them?
Of course, we
La
have
hawla
those.
wa la
And then I met with somebody today, and he was telling me there are so many Muslim people, Muslim youth in jails. They have, you know, they are in a very bad situation. So they were telling me, you need to, Anila, you need to work with us for those teenagers.
Wow.
So we these kind of social projects, I think what we have done is a very I think we need to do much more. It's just a beginning.
So
So we need to work on these kind of social projects.
so these social projects, I think that was
Mhm.
probably what I was planning to do, make it my last questions about the outreach program that you mentioned.
Yes.
So your organization doesn't really only provide a shelter per se.
No.
You do provide the shelter, but also you provide other services, and this is one of them. So when you talk about seniors who need food, they have nobody to look after them, or now you're telling me even youth in
Yes.
jail that
Yes.
they need some kind of support and stuff.
Of
So a
course.
little bit, give us a quickly what is the outreach programs you have or you offer?
Our outreach program is a program that is funded by City of Calgary.
Yeah.
We have an office in Jackson Port, and where we meet with the families. So if anybody is listening, they are new in the country, they need help with the resources, they need furniture, they need any kind of support, they can come to our office with their husband or wives, or even the children.
Right.
And we have a caseworker. They speak different languages. We have a caseworker, she speaks Arabic, and we give them appointment. It's not a walk-in place because
All
for
by
example,
appointment.
yeah, with the appointments, because a person who speaks Arabic, she does not come every day. She has some
Right.
specific days. So we book those people in those certain days. So with the appointments, people can come meet with us, and we support them with the housing issues or income support. Sometimes they need help to fill the forms, they right, or they need the guidance.
Right.
So we give them time. We fill their forms in the same time that we give them, and we provide all kind of case support.
Wonderful. Anila, I really applaud you and your team for all the work you've been doing. And you've done so much.
Thank
Mashallah,
you.
and you're everywhere. But this Muscan specifically, I see how you just grabbed the idea years ago and you just ran with it and you made it happen. At one point, it
Yes.
was just like a dream. What is going to happen? Are you able to make it this year, next year? But so,
Ye-
Alhamdulillah and
Yeah.
Subhanallah, you
Inshallah.
managed with the all the good people who support you all the way. And I remember last year, I think, or the year before, when you did the major mega fundraise when you bought the building, I would say.
Yes, we
So
did.
kudos to you and to all the community member who supported you, and inshallah we will do all of us our best to
Inshallah.
support this much needed, as you said, facility and service. This is only one place that can host 10 beds,
10
uh,
beds.
at 10 beds at any given time. And as she said, she has 25 people on a waiting list. So can
Yes.
you imagine how much the need is there? So, and the resources is very limited. So this is the time, inshallah, Ramadan is here and Ramadan is Kareem. And what I
Yeah.
mean by Ramadan
Thank you.
Kareem is this is where we're going to utilize the
Mhm.
money we have to support these projects. لانه هدول المشاريع مهمين إلي وإلى كل الجميع. The worst part when somebody from your family leave the house and you just don't know when, with who, how, what they eating, and all this stuff. So that's another issue to the original issue. So Maskan is a much needed project for all of us. Okay, so please pick your wallet and grab your credit card or whatever you want to do and do something. I understand our family need our support, our community need our support. We have problems everywhere. We have Gaza need support everywhere. So make Ramadan Kareem, and at least you use. And I would say, sorry to ask these questions, but I don't know if you check with any sheikh about this kind of money. Would it consider zakat eligible?
Yes, yes, we have a fatwa that we took for this, and it's a zakat eligible project because the women and children that we are serving, they have no food, they have no place to live. So
Yes.
we are a zakat eligible project. Yes.
And I have a question here. Do you need volunteers? That question from Sandra.
Yes.
You do?
We always need volunteers. Yes.
Okay. هل بيحب يتطوع كمان they just phone the number and they will put their name and then you
Yes.
can call them. محتاجين متطوعات. I would say متطوعات like females volunteers. Am I correct?
No, we take all volunteers. We have a youth group, youth lifting youth. There are almost 100 youth that they have registered with us. We
Okay.
need men also, women, everybody.
محتاجين متطوعين ومتطوعات بس بتتصلوا بالرقم و you register your name. ومثل ما سألت انه التبرع اللي انت رح تتبرعه هو يعتبر زكاة، هو زكاة eligible. اخذين فتوى شرعية انه المبلغ whatever you support that's a zakat eligible.
Yes.
I think that's all the time we have for Sister Anila. Thank you very much, Anila, and
Thank you
please
so
keep up the
much.
good work. And inshallah, we'll see you on March 15th. Bismillah ta'ala.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.
Okay, we're just gonna switch cameras here. Perfect. مثل ما سمعنا من السيدة أنيلا، بصراحة هذا المشروع كان حلم ايام. يعني انا اتذكر انه يكون عندك شلتر اسلامي كان حلم. شو شلتر اسلامي؟ ومثل ما حكيت يعني مع السيده انيلا، نحن عندنا حساسيه بس تقول شلتر وكأن بعض الناس بيقولوا لك يعني شو والله انت عم تحمس او عم تحفز او انت عم تساعد انه البنت او الولد يترك بيته ويروح على هيك شلاطر. يعني بصراحه شئنا ام ابينا. it's يعني it's a matter of fact. Domestic violence it's real. يعني ما على كيفنا والله نحن عندنا مشاكل ولا ما عندنا مشاكل. المشاكل موجودة. Verify to continue. What is this? Report a problem. What the hell is this? Refresh to continue. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Sorry, I think we just closed that. So I كنت عم بقول انه ما في داعي نتظاهر، انه ما في داعي نتظاهر انه في عندنا مشاكل. في عندنا مشاكل وراح يكون سيده او بنت محتاجه لمحل او مكان تروح عليه، لانه الوضع صار خطر على الجميع في العائله. فلازم يكون في عندنا ملجأ. انا بسميه ملجأ، مو بس مسكن. هن سموه مسكن بس انا بسميه ملجأ. يعني يلجأ له الشخص او الانسانه او الصبيه المحتاجه. واي نو سو ماني على فكره. انا بعرف يعني عوائل كثير واشخاص كثير اللي انا يعني انا وغيري بعثناهم لمسكن، وبصراحه مسكن ولا مره انا على حسب ما اعرف انه حكينا انه هاي العائله تحتاج مساعده وقالوا لنا سوري. they always find solution. على طول بيساعدوا. فبصراحه هلا يعني راح كل راح بقوله انه هذا يعني هذا مشروع بيستاهل انه نساعده وندعمه. فبليز help out Anila and her team with the مسكن fundraise اللي راح يصير ب 15 آذار الساعة 5:30 بماغنوليا بانكويت هول. والماغنوليا بانكويت هول كلهم بمعروفة يعني على فالكن ريدج مع المكنايت بالنورث ايست. انا كنت اسال اذا حدا عنده اي سؤال خلال البث مع السيده انيلا، بس للاسف ما صار. فبما انه هلا خلصنا مع السيده أنيلا. اذا حدا عنده اي سؤال ان كان على واتساب ان كان على الفيس ولا على التيك توك، يا ريت يعني يسالنا. I'll be more than happy to جاوب هون. انا بعرف المشروع وقت ما بلشوا فيه بال 2019. فبصراحه وفي عندنا طبعا بدي احب اذكر في عندنا مشروع ثاني اسمه نسا هومز. هذا نسا هوم مشروع يعني على مستوى كندا، وفي نسا هوم فرع بكالغري، بس مسكن هو مشروع محلي في مدينه كالغري فقط. بينما المركز الثاني، فهدول اللي بيكون عندهم يعني حاجه، حطوا ببالكم هدول المحلين متخصصين بالعوائل الاسلاميه، نسا هوم ومسكن. هدول التو اورجانيزيشن بيشتغلوا مع بعض، حتى يعني بيساعدوا العوائل المحتاجه. فاذا انت يعني اذا لا سمح الله يعني حدا من بالعائله ما حصل امر ما واضطريتوا انه تستخدموا هدول السيرفيسز، فهدول النساء هوم والمسكن it will be بتكون من احد الوسائل اللي ممكن تستخدموها لحتى تاخذوا السيرفيس هاي. طبعا ساندرا، انا عم بقرا السؤال تبعك هون ساندرا. طبعا I would love to يعني بصراحه نسا هوم هن يعني ما فيها كثير يعني direct contact يعني daily basis او ولا weekly basis، بس انا مستعد وبقول يعني وبرغبه صادقه انه ادعم واستقبل وحاول ساعد نسا هومز، لاني انا بعرف بصراحه، بعرف نسا هومز وبعرف مسكن. يعني بصراحه وقت بيجيك الاتصال يا شباب، وقت بيجيك الاتصال والحاله يعني شديده، بكي عياط، البنت بالطريق، المرأة بالطريق، ما بعودوا تفكروا هذيك اللحظة انه انت ليش ومين وكيف وما بعرف شو. صح في ناس بتقول لك والله ممكن بروح لعند رفيقتي، بروح لعند رفيقي، بس احيانا القصص بتصير انه ما في مجال تروح لعند فاميلي ولا تروح لعند فريندز. خلص انت بدك مكان يعني تحس فيه بالامان، لانه بيجوز احيانا يكون في عنف للاسف يعني عم بصير. فهذول المراكز بصراحه مو يعني مو it's not a luxury, it's not a hotel. عرفت كيف؟ يعني مو هن فندق والله راح يروح مشان الواحد يروح ينام وياكل ويشرب. هذا ملجأ. you know what ملجأ؟ انا بدي استخدم كلمه ملجأ اكثر من كلمه مسكن، لانه فعلا يعني يلتجئ له الانسان المحتاج جدا في اللحظه الحرجه. فإذا هذا الموضوع في كالغري بتحسه ما مهم، أنا برأيي مثل ما في دور للعبادة مهمة ولازم ندعمها، في المسكن أو الملجأ أو النساء هومز، هدول essential، هدول يعني أساسيين للصحة النفسية والجسدية لمجتمعاتنا. احيانا بتكون القصه كثير صعبه والمشكله كثير يعني ما في راشنال، ما في تفكير. فهالمسكن بيعطي فرصه انه الناس تبعد عن بعضها شوي، بحيث يفكروا، يرتاحوا، to rethink about شو صار، take a deep breath. فمشان هيك يعني بصراحه جزء مهم جدا 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 to maintain a healthy community. يعني جزء الموضوع والمشروع مهم جدا جدا لحتى يضمن مجتمع عربي مسلم في كل عوامل النصح والإرشاد والاحتواء والتضامن في اللحظات الصعبة، لحظات اللي بيكون فيها one of your family member أو a family going through يعني بيكون في العائلة going through a very very rough time. أنا مضطر إنهي البث لأنه في next program راح يستارت in 4 minutes. بتشكركم على كل مين تابعني، وأتمنى إنه تشاركونا هاللايف في مدينة كالغري. ويا جماعة اللي معه قرشين زيادة وين بدك انت عندك شغلات كثير برمضان تسويها، بس حسوب حسابك لمسكن، وبنفس الوقت مثل حكينا للنساء هوم. وجزاكم الله جزاكم الله كل خير. بدنا نحكي there's also Sakina Canada. Okay, I don't know about Sakina. That's good. Alhamdulillah, the Cedars, like we have Sakina. We have Nisa Homes and we have Meskan. And also Sandra saying safe and private. Yes. This is and this is very important. Safe and private. انه انت بتقدم للشخص الانسان المحتاجه من الكوميونتي تبعنا مكان امن و private، يعني ما حدا بيعرفه برايفت، فانت بتعرف انه مشكلتك ان شاء الله باتجاه الحل. تحياتي لكم، سلامات، بليز شاركونا هالفيديو، واسعد الله صباحكم وان شاء الله مساءكم، وان شاء الله كل عام وانتم بخير برمضان. تحياتي لكم، بنشوفكم ان شاء الله. سلام.